चाल से मन से गुजरेगा। आर्टिलरी कंटिंजेंट आगे। परेड तीनों तीन में दाहिने चलेगा। दाहिने मोड़। परेड बाएं से तेज चल।
थल सेनाध्यक्ष जनरल मनोज पांडे ने 75वें सेना दिवस के अवसर पर अपने संदेश में भारतीय सेना की वर्तमान प्राथमिकताओं को रेखांकित किया और भविष्य की योजनाओं का भी संकेत दिया। कुछ ही समय के पश्चात मार्च पास्ट की शुरुआत होगी। हतो वा प्राप्स्यसि स्वर्गम जित्वा वा भोक्ष्यसे महीम तस्मादुतिष्ठत कौन्तेय युद्धाय कृत निश्चय। या तो तू युद्ध में वीर गति को प्राप्त करेगा अथवा संग्राम में जीतकर पृथ्वी का राज्य भोगेगा। इस कारण हे कौन्तेय, तू युद्ध के लिए निश्चय कर खड़ा हो जा।
जिनमें अकेले चलने के हौसले होते हैं, एक दिन उन्हीं के पीछे काफिले होते हैं। सेना है तो हम हैं। फौजी उन हालातों से गुजरते हैं जहां सुनने वाला हिम्मत छोड़ देता है और देखने वाला दम। परेड कमांडर मेजर जनरल रवि मुरुगन जिप्सी पर सधे हुए अंदाज में आगे बढ़ रहे हैं। अनुशासित मार्चिंग दस्ते कुछ ही समय के पश्चात मंच के समक्ष पहुंचेंगे और थल सेना अध्यक्ष को सलामी देंगे।
जब साहस के बादल बरसते हैं समर्पण की जमीन पर, बलिदान का आसमान झुकता है पराक्रम के क्षितिज पर, तब जाकर जन्म होता है सर्वोच्च पराक्रम का। भारतीय सेना की गौरवशाली परंपरा और आज उसका साक्षी बनता हुआ गोविंद स्वामी परेड मैदान।
Arms and equipment have changed from swords to missiles, from slingshots to rifles, and from horses to tanks. But the spirit and courage of soldiers has remained unchanged. Ladies and gentlemen, you can now see the contingents smartly marching to the tune of the band, their chests swelling with pride and arms moving like a resurging wave. The men of our army have proved their mettle and have guarded our frontiers, be it the burning deserts or snow-clad mountains, fast-flowing rivers or thick impenetrable jungles. Nothing has ever proved to be a barrier for these gallant soldiers. In the Indian Army, the feeling of brotherhood and esprit de corps binds the soldiers together, leaving no room for disharmony. On the skyline, helicopters of 603 Independent Aviation Brigade are approaching the saluting dais. The flypast is being led by Dhruv helicopters, flanked by Rudra helicopters. The Dhruv helicopter carrying the national flag is piloted by Colonel B.R. Nambiar Sena Medal and Lieutenant Colonel Akshay Jeet Rangar of 201 Army Aviation Squadron, followed by Major Nithun Chakrabarti on another Dhruv helicopter carrying the flag of the Indian Army. To either side are the Rudra helicopters, an indigenously built armed helicopter of 251 Army Aviation Squadron.
सलामी मंच के सामने शुरुआत के क्रम में परेड कमांडर मेजर जनरल रवि मुरुगन। और परेड कमांडर मेजर जनरल रवि मुरुगन के ठीक पीछे परमवीर चक्र और अशोक चक्र विजेता सूबेदार मेजर एंड ऑनररी कैप्टन योगेंद्र सिंह यादव परमवीर चक्र, सूबेदार मेजर संजय कुमार परमवीर चक्र, मेजर जनरल साइरस आदि पीठावाला अशोक चक्र विशिष्ट सेवा मेडल और कर्नल डी श्री राम कुमार अशोक चक्र।
Ladies and gentlemen, the first contingent is of the Regiment of Artillery led by Captain Shivam Gautam. The Regiment of Artillery has been actively participating in various wars as well as in counter-insurgency operations. It is the second largest arm of the Indian Army, which has produced 5 Chiefs of Army Staff. Regiment of Artillery is also one of the most decorated arms, with 1 Ashok Chakra, 7 Mahavir Chakras, 8 Kirti Chakras, 92 Veer Chakras, 56 Shaurya Chakras and 441 Sena medals.
And now is the Madras Engineer Group contingent led by Captain Akshay Dwivedi. Madras Engineer Group, popularly known as the Madras Sappers, is the oldest among the 3 groups of the Corps of Engineers of the Indian Army. The Madras Sappers have won the Best Marching Contingent trophy 9 times. That is, every time they have participated in the Army Day Parade till date. The Madras Sappers are the only regiment of the Madras Presidency Army to have survived unscathed the extensive reorganizations that took place since its raising on 30th September 1780, followed by the Bombay Sappers led by Major Gaurav Tiwari. The Bombay Engineer Group, popularly known as the Bombay Sappers, is one of the 3 groups of the Corps of Engineers. The origin of the group can be traced back to a company of pioneer Lashkars raised in Bombay during the British East India Company reign. The present 18 Field Company, part of 106 Engineer Regiment, is the direct descendant of that unit. Initially organized at Bombay in 1820, the group has been located in Kirki since 1868.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, donning the new combat uniform of the Indian Army is the Parachute Regiment led by Major Saurav Pai. They are wearing the symbolic maroon beret and are carrying the 5.56 mm Tavor assault rifle. The paratroopers are performing the double time quick march while singing their regimental song, Kadam Badhaye Ja, Piche Hatna Kaam Nahi, Aage Badhe Ja, showcasing their high physical standards. The Parachute Regiment is one of the youngest and most decorated regiments of the Indian Army.
जिगर वालों का डर से कोई वास्ता नहीं होता, हम वहां भी कदम रखते हैं जहां कोई रास्ता नहीं होता.
Next we have the marching contingent of the Madras Regiment led by Major Vaibhav Chaurasia of 20 Madras. Motto of Madras Regiment is Swadharme Nidanam Shreyaha, meaning it is glory to die doing one's duty, and its war cry is Adi Kollu, Adi Kollu. It has been conferred with 45 battle honors and 14 theatre honors till date.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, the next contingent is of Mahar Regiment led by Captain Rahul Singh. The martial traditions of Mahar Regiment can be traced back to their service in the army of Shivaji and subsequently in the British Army. The regiment has produced 2 Chief of Army Staff and been awarded both Param Veer Chakra and Ashok Chakra.
Ladies and gentlemen, coming into focus, the next contingent on horseback is the Army Service Corps mounted contingent led by Lieutenant Colonel Jashpal Singh Negi. The contingent consists of 34 horses and 34 savars. These horses were erstwhile used as second-line transport. The Army Service Corps also takes part in various equestrian events and have bagged many laurels for the Indian Army. The training of mounted contingent, equestrian and polo team is conducted by one Army Training Center of Army Service Corps Center and College.
As the parade second in command goes past the saluting dais, we can now shift our attention to the military bands playing martial music in front of you. Kindly sit back and enjoy the sounds of the military bands playing in unison. The military bands today are being proudly led by Subedar Major G. Beju of the Army Ordnance Corps. Unmanned aerial vehicles, or commonly known as drones, are a remotely controlled device used in industries like defense, military warfare and many other. The aerospace and defense industry initially made drones for counterinsurgency and defense, which have proven helpful in these environments. Today, drones primarily serve the military industry around the world. They help for a wide range of purposes. Since its initial development by the military-industrial complex in Cold War times, drones have come a long way. Unmanned aerial vehicles are increasingly common, seeing more applications outside of combat.
Ladies and gentlemen, kindly take your attention to the left. You are watching Beetle drone, which is a hexacopter agricultural drone. The main application of this drone is seed and fertilizer spraying. The drone can also be utilized as a logistic drone or fire extinguisher drone. It has a maximum takeoff weight of 25 kgs, flying speed of 10 meters per second, flight time of 15 minutes, transmission range of 2000 meters, and operating height of 120 meters. This drone has various types of control like fully autonomous, point-to-point operation and manual. It even has radars and sensors for stability and onboard vehicle control. The Indian Army doesn't need anything more than the inspiring tunes of its military bands to march forward.
इस वर्ष हम अपनी आज़ादी का अमृत महोत्सव मना रहे हैं। भारतीय सेना ने अपनी स्थापना से लेकर आज तक कर्तव्यपरायणता, पराक्रम, देश प्रेम और वीरता के नए-नए अध्याय लिखे हैं।
The Indian Army has a rich and glorious past that dates back to ancient times. It has evolved into a modern, world-class organization. Today's parade gave us a small glimpse into the world of discipline, precision, teamwork, and courage of the Indian soldier.
कभी ठंड में ठिठुर कर देख लेना, कभी तपती धूप में जलकर देख लेना, कैसे होती है हिफाजत मुल्क की, कभी सरहद पे चल के देख लेना। देवियों और सज्जनों, अपना ध्यान बाईं ओर ले जाएं। पैरा रेजिमेंट ट्रेनिंग सेंटर के पैरा मोटरिस्ट हमारे ऊपर नीले आसमान को पार करते हुए देखे जा सकते हैं। पीआरटीसी में एक पैरा मोटर नोड 1998 से आर्मी एडवेंचर विंग के तहत काम कर रहा है। एक पैरा मोटर में पायलट के लिए प्रोपेलर इंजन, गियर बॉक्स और हार्नेस के साथ अंडाकार लचीला रैम एयर एयरफॉयल होता है। अपनी धीमी क्रूजिंग गति और भार वहन क्षमता के साथ दुर्गम इलाके में पैतरेबाजी करने की क्षमता के साथ इस उपकरण में सभी प्रकार के सैन्य संचालन, आंतरिक सुरक्षा और यहां तक कि मानवीय सहायता और आपदा राहत परिदृश्यों के समर्थन में उपयोग करने की अपार काबिलियत है। कुल 3 सोलो पैरामोटर पायलट हमारे ऊपर हवाई युद्धाभ्यास करते हुए देखे जा सकते हैं। राष्ट्रीय ध्वज लेकर आ रहे हैं हवलदार सोमवीर। और उनके ठीक पीछे नायक अमोल गोरे। और अंत में हवलदार राजपाल अपनी पैरामोटर का सही संचालन करते हुए। देवियों और सज्जनों, आपकी करतल ध्वनि से इनका जोश और मनोबल और बढ़ेगा।
Ladies and gentlemen, hold your breath. For now entering the arena is the world-famous motorcycle display team, the Army Service Corps Tornadoes. The Army Service Corps motorcycle display team has been the cynosure of the Corps, epitomizing the spirit of adventure, technical skill, and esprit de corps. Stunt riding on a motorcycle demands guts, personal courage, determination, physical fitness, and great skill in handling the bike. The man and the machine have to be in perfect unison to enable the combination to perform the feats of daredevilry.
Ladies and gentlemen,
And here comes the thundering fleet of 24 motorcycles being led by Captain Abhijit Singh Garewal.
the opening salute in a triangle formation. Look at the control and coordination of these riders as the fleet takes the shape of a triangle. Captain Abhijit Singh Garewal is now honoring the chief guest with a ceremonial salute to mark the beginning of a show that is definitely going to give you a rush of adrenaline. The seat-sitting balance. The Tornadoes are now performing the seat-sitting balance. Equal distance between the motorcycles can be observed. The arrowhead formation. Now the teams are heading for the next item, which they have acquired a beautiful position while riding the bike at considerable speed. Four line, they are just warming up. There is a lot more in store. The team is now divided into 4 horizontal lines. Gone across. Now the riders will be crossing each other in pairs, right in the middle of the ground, starting from all 4 corners. Zooming past each other at dangerous speeds, they are crossing each other one by one, right in the middle of the ground, starting from all 4 corners. The crisscross, the team having divided itself into 4 parallel lines, now head for the next event. Look how effortlessly and swiftly these brave hearts are zooming past. They're zipping out criss and cross. Inner and outer circle. Now you can see the teams are making 2 concentric circles on the ground. A brilliant show of speed and coordination by the team. Number 1 team performing the kneeling position, whereas the number 2 team is performing the fish position. Royal Enfield motorcycle, which has been the backbone of the armed forces as a dispatch rider vehicle. Watch as the rider does a wheelie in this challenging motorcycle. Ladies and gentlemen, with this closing ride, the teamwork comes to an end. But the show is not over yet, as we have some more amazing single events lined up from the Team Tornadoes. As they come forward for the tank balance, another act of daredevilry displayed by the Team Tornadoes. The headstand. Now you can see two tornadoes doing the headstand on the moving motorcycle. The 2-in-1. Two tornadoes are riding their motorcycle and balancing them as they stand one side and let go of the handle. The long arm. Now here comes one more balancing act of the tornadoes. The long arm. Constant battle and forces them to develop amazing skill and control of their machine. The arrowhead over arrowhead. One soldier is mounting on the back of another, and look how effortlessly they are riding their motorcycle. The ASC rocket, 7 members on one motorcycle. They're making the shape which they have named as the Army Service Corps rocket. The Ring of Fire. Now I would like to take your attention to the middle of the ground, where Team Captain Abhijit Singh Gariwal and Subedar J.S. Yadav are going to perform a breathtaking event which is called as the Ring of Fire. Sit back and enjoy the event. Now the two daredevils take off. Give them a huge round of applause. ladder lotus. Can you guess how many soldiers are there on this one motorcycle? Subedar Mallikarjun, along with his 9 teammates, performing the act of ladder lotus. Daredevilry and precision balance are the cornerstones of the Team Tornadoes. As we come on to one more death-defying stunt by Havaldar Kharge Vijay. He will break the wall of tube lights by his motorcycle and jump through it.
देवियों और सज्जनों, आपकी तालियां लगातार बजती रहनी चाहिए.
Now we come to the twin wheelies, the event where a motorcycle is momentarily balanced on its rear wheel. Doing a wheelie for one person may be easy, but to coordinate it with another is near impossible, and yet the team does it with much aplomb and ease. Watch the Team Tornadoes as they come back, coordinating their wheelies and performing right in the center of the ground. The pyramid with the closing ride. Now comes a beautiful human pyramid. A total of 27 tornadoes on 7 motorcycles. Captain Abhijit Singh Grewal in front of the formation. He is climbing on a 10-foot ladder on a moving motorcycle and balancing it beautifully while saluting the chief guest.
Ladies and gentlemen, give them a big round of applause for recently the team created 3 more world records on 4th December 2022. Captain Abhijit Singh Grewal created a world record for longest continuous ride, standing on the seat of a motorcycle, and covered a distance of 114 kilometers in 3 hours and 29 minutes. Havaldar Harikesh Yadav created a world record for longest motorcycle ride while sitting on the tail light and covered a distance of 356 kilometers in 9 hours and 17 minutes. And the third record was by Havaldar Manish, who created a world record for the longest wheelie on Royal Enfield 350cc and covered a distance of 2.4 kilometers in 2 minutes 58 seconds.
Thank you, Team Tornadoes, for a fantastic display. Ladies and gentlemen, give them a strong round of applause.
Our hopes, like towering Himalayan eagles, aim at objects in airy heights. The little pleasure of the game is from afar to view the flight. You may call it insanity, but we say, for God and country, we defy gravity. Ladies and gentlemen, in a short while from now, the combat freefallers of Para Center will perform a heart-rushing parachuting display right in front of you.
There's a famous saying by a World War II general that aptly describes the paratrooper warrior. Show me a man who will jump out of an airplane, and I will show you a man that will fight for his country. Our paratroopers have done things which most people go to movies to see. Adrenaline rush is a routine over here. Combat freefall is a method of delivering military personnel, military equipment, and other military supplies from a transport aircraft at high altitude via freefall parachute insertion. In here, you have air as the fuel, the colorful Ram Air canopy as your Mercedes-Benz, and your slender body and racing mind as the engine. There are two techniques used in this: high altitude low opening and high altitude high opening. In a typical halo hey-ho insertion, the troops jump from altitudes up to 25,000 feet. Military parachutists will often reach a terminal velocity of 220 km per hour, allowing for a free fall time of up to 90 seconds. And with the favorable winds and modern parachutes, one can traverse up to 40 kilometers from the point of exit to the point of target landing after deploying the parachute in air. Combat freefall is a highly technical skill. The paratroopers undergo intense training. At the same time, it is one of the most dangerous and physically demanding skills as part of special operations.
I would request the audience to look straight above your heads and try to locate the free-falling birdies of the team, coming in hot like a Halley's Comet, piercing the high clouds and blue skies. The 6-member team will paint the skies of the city of Bengaluru with colorful parachutes. The team will shortly deploy their parachutes and maneuver down to make their final run and land on the ground.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is typically done under the cover of darkness as to hide the operator's presence from opposing forces. Our paratroopers pick up this skill young in service and can act as a cutting-edge force multiplier during operations to covertly go behind enemy lines and execute high-value targets. Here they are.
Landing in such close spaces, surface wind fluctuations and risks of urban areas makes it very tricky. And the first parachutist has just touched down. Notwithstanding these limitations, here are our paratroopers as they make their final run. Today, 6 paratroopers, led by Lieutenant Colonel Prashant Sivach, Shaurya Chakra, have once again taken a leap of faith from through helicopters of 201 Army Aviation Squadron and have conquered the ground in front of you. Lieutenant Colonel Prashant Sivach is an ace combat free-faller and loves high-risk adventure sports. He is a man who thinks adrenaline rush along with a sharp mind can beat gravity. His contribution to the nation is legendary. It's something to epitomize. And once again, today he, along with his team, has made us all proud of the nation's armed forces, and especially the parachute regiment, while the 3rd parachutist takes on a perfect landing. Ladies and gentlemen, keep watching the skies as the rest of the team come together in picture-perfect conditions. The 4th parachutist is coming in for his final run. Look at the grace in which he performs. And the 4th and the 5th parachutists are all landing one after the other. And as the last member of the team comes into land, we watch for one more perfect touchdown. And here it is, ladies and gentlemen, a breathtaking display coming to an end.
Ladies and gentlemen, Devi और सज्जनों, a big round of applause for these brave paratroopers.
As the paratroopers close up their equipment, take a look at their parachutes and give the final report to the chief guest. Team leader has been personally congratulated by the Chief of Army Staff